Live from News Watch 12, this is College Football Game Night.
Happy Saturday and welcome to another College Football Game Night. Thanks for joining us. I'm Peyton Manning.
And I'm Madison Marie. The last regular season game for Southern Oregon football has arrived. The Raiders were on the road in Idaho, taking on the College of Idaho.
A familiar foe, to say the least. SOU with a chance to end the season 9-2 overall and go 2-0 against the Yotes. But more importantly, a win today would give the Raiders a shot in the NAIA Championship Series for the first time since 2017. A lot on the line in Idaho.
A lot. Let's see if the Raiders finish the season in the win column. Roll the tape.
Roll it. Last game of the regular season, a lot of pressure on the Raiders, but pressure is a privilege. Here we go. We start in the first quarter. Blake Asciutto hands it off to Gunnar Yates. The Yote killer bounces outside, outruns everyone to the house. A 40-yard touchdown run for the sophomore. Raiders light up the board in the first 4 minutes of the game.
A little later, Raiders set to punt, but it's a fake. Colton Samus has a lot of room outside, takes it 35 yards for the Raiders' first down. Special teams giving their offense some new life. The Raiders can't find the end zone, so they'll bring out Brian Beatrice. No doubter through the uprights. Raiders extend and exit the half up 10-0.
Into the second we go. Yotes eat up 6 minutes driving downfield. COI finishes off the drive with a touchdown from 1 out. Yotes put the game within 3. The Raiders have to answer, but Asciutto steps up in the pocket, lets it fly. It goes right into the hands of Chase Brown. He takes it all the way back to the 1. The Yotes right back in scoring position. Next play, Caden Young fakes the handoff and punches it in. The Yotes take their first lead of the day, 14-10.
So we head into the fourth quarter. Yotes start off the last 15 minutes with a touchdown run from Young again, the quarterback's third of the day, and College of Idaho now with 21 unanswered points in the second half. Ensuing Raiders possession, Asciutto gets the snap. Pressure coming, he lobs it up into the secondary. Jackson Clemmer there, making the catch, getting the Raiders inside the 5.
SOU gets the snap off quick, handoff to Yates, up the middle and in. Here come the Raiders. SOU going for 2. Asciutto fakes the handoff. CPK on the reverse. Yotes don't know what's happening, and the Raiders convert 21-18. The Yotes still lead.
The boys still got some fight. They hold on to the Yotes to no more touchdowns through the fourth. Beatrice again adding on 3 more to the game, and we're gonna head into overtime. Raiders with the ball now to start in overtime. College of Idaho gets 3 stops, forcing the Raiders to kick another field goal. This time from 40 out, nails it. The Raiders hold a 24-21 lead and will walk away with a win if they can get a stop on defense.
And there go the Yotes scoring the winning touchdown. The Yotes take this one, a heartbreak in Caldwell, the final 27-24. Looking at the stat sheet, the Raiders put up 321 total offensive yards, holding the Yotes to only 299. But College of Idaho did their damage on the ground, rushing for 243 yards. The Raiders only 161.
SOU put up 160 yards through the air. The Yotes only 56 yards passing. Blake Asciutto went 9 of 32 for 160 yards with 2 interceptions. Yotes quarterback Caden Young filled in for the injured Andy Peters, rushing for 177 yards with 4 touchdowns.
Gunnar Yates ran for 118 yards on 21 carries, scoring 2 more touchdowns. The Raider brought his SOU record season rushing touchdown total to 27. On defense, Ty Glumbick had himself a day, totaling a season-high 10 tackles with a pass breakup.
Yona Purcell added in a sack along with 8 tackles. And up next for Southern Oregon, the unknown. The Raiders now await their fate to see if their season lives on or if they'll begin the offseason grind.
The Raiders will likely need at least a top 17 ranking to receive an at-large bid when the 20-team NAIA championship field is announced on Sunday. Through the NAIA, only one other top 20 team went down on Saturday, meaning the Raiders' loss to C of I could result in a significant drop.
The NAIA selection show will give us the Raiders' fate. Raider Nation will find out what's next tomorrow at 4 p.m. And coming up on game night, the top team in the nation on the road facing the Badgers. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting things started and we're cutting each other off.
Live from News Watch 12, welcome back to College Football Game Night.
It's been 5 seasons since the Oregon Ducks have faced Wisconsin, and it would be an understatement to say a lot has changed since the 2020 Rose Bowl.
A new head coach, a new conference, and now a new purpose, the national championship.
An obtainable goal for Oregon, given they remain #1 in the nation, unbeaten, and seemingly not going away anytime soon.
Yeah, we could say that. Tonight's game was a little interesting for Duck fans. I'm sure a lot of you were holding your breath.
It was.
But more records were on the table today as a win against Wisconsin would push the Ducks to 11-0 for the first time since 2010.
That was a while ago. Camp Randall Stadium, Dan Lanning leading the #1 team in the country into a rowdy Madison, Wisconsin environment. Welcome to the Everett Stewart game. 3rd and 6 for the Ducks. Dylan Gabriel, Stewart, they convert. But the drive would stall. Atticus Sappington drills through a 35-yarder, and Oregon takes a 3-0 lead.
The Ducks get the ball back, and Terrence Ferguson goes to work on the screen. He gets all the way down past midfield. 3rd and 5 for the Ducks now. Gabriel drops a dime into the bucket. Stewart again, and that's going to be a first down for Oregon. But the Dylan Gabriel struggles continue in the red zone. Throw is behind just as slow. Bounce and picked. Oregon leaves points behind.
But the Ducks defense playing well. The Ducks get back in field goal range. Sappington 2-on-2 for the day. Badgers now get a field goal. Down to 1 minute left in the half. Braden Locke, Vinny Anthony Jr. just like that. Wisconsin in position to take the lead. 2nd and goal. 27 seconds left in the half. And the answer, touchdown Badgers. They enter the half in the lead, 10-6.
No one saw that coming. We go straight to a chaotic 4th quarter, 4th and 9 for the Ducks. An absolute dart to Ferguson. Somehow the Ducks convert. I don't know how, but they do. When in doubt, Jordan James around the corner and in. The Ducks tie it up at 13. We got a game. Oregon gets it back on offense, 3rd and 10. Gabriel running all around, trying to make something happen, keeping the play alive, but he gets sacked, and Oregon's offense continues to struggle.
3rd down and 4. Dylan Gabriel has time. He breaks loose, hits the gas. He's on the run. Oregon converts. Sappington again on the field. This time 24 yards out. 2:39 left. Oregon now up by 3. And under 2 minutes left, Ducks lining up for a field goal, but it's a fake. They go, they fall 1 yard short.
Wisconsin with the ball back, 2nd and 3. This is a big moment for Locke right here. He throws it up, interception by Mateo Uiagalelei. The Ducks are going to survive this one. The final 16-13. Oregon, somehow, some way, they jump to 11-0 for the first time since 2010.
Stat sheet from Madison, Oregon winning on total yards, finishing with 354 yards, holding Wisconsin to 226.
In the air, Wisconsin struggled, ending with 96 passing yards, Oregon with 218.
On the ground, similar looks across the board. Oregon 136, Wisconsin 130.
Gabriel finishing 22 of 31 for 218 yards with an interception. Jordan James giving Oregon their only touchdown on 25 carries for 121 yards.
But the real playmaker tonight, Atticus Sappington. 3 of 3 on field goals. Perfect for that 1 extra point. 10 points overall for the kicker.
The Ducks now with some breathing room as they enter a bye week. Time to rest and reset before things keep heating up.
Week 13 brings a familiar foe to Eugene. Former Pac-12 was Washington. Last time these two met was that Pac-12 championship game last year.
I remember that one. Do you?
I think I do.
Oregon dropping that one 34-31, and Washington advancing all the way to the Natty. Kickoff time remains to be determined. We'll get you ready for game day right here on Newswatch 12. Coming up tonight on Game Night, can Oregon State get back in the win column?
First time facing Air Force. Highlights and more next on Game Night.
Live from Newswatch 12. Welcome back to College Football Game Night.
We are deep into the season and the Oregon State Beavers are still trying to find their footing. From the quarterback competition to the lack of execution coming off a bye week.
The Beavs have dropped 4 consecutive games coming into today's matchup against Air Force. The first time these two teams have ever met, both unsure what the field has to offer.
We're going to head out to Falcons Stadium, Oregon State at Air Force. Falcons start strong with their run game, something Oregon State hasn't defended well this season. A nice pickup in the first minutes of the half. A little later, 1 of 6 total passes for Air Force the entire game, and it's a nice throw and catch. Kate Harris with the first down snag.
3rd and goal now for Air Force. Quentin Hayes keeping it for himself. It's close, but he does break the play. Air Force scores on its first offensive drive. The Beavers go 3 and out. Air Force gets it right back. A little speed option. Cade Frew, he'll turn it into a big gain all the way down to the Oregon State 30. The drive stalls and the Beavers force a field goal. And it's wide left. A huge victory for Oregon State defense.
Jabari Johnson in at QB for the Beavs. Nice little step through the pocket here, and that's something the Beaver fans like to see. But the Beavers are starting to feel a little comfortable now. Trent Walker picks up the first down on the pass from Johnson. But then disaster strikes. Johnson throws it straight into 3 different blue jerseys, and it's picked.
It's not orange and black. 3rd and 4 for Air Force. 8 minutes left in the second. A big hit on the throw, and Air Force will chunk some off. And then some tricky stuff from the Falcons. Brandon Engel gets stuck in the backfield, but pulls a trick out of his hat. Hayes catches it and tiptoes down the sideline all the way to the 30. The man himself, Hayes, 2nd touchdown of the day on the ground. It's a 14-0 Air Force lead at halftime.
Same score through the 3rd, so we head into the 4th. Air Force strikes again. Dylan Carson takes a minute, but the touchdown signal comes. Beavs down 3 touchdowns.
3 minutes left in the game. 1 more for insurance. Air Force controls the ground game the entire day. Oregon State gets shut out on the road, 28-0 the final. The Beavers fall to 4-6 overall, 1-3 on the road.
Interesting look today for the stat sheet. Air Force controlling offense with 409 yards, Oregon State 175.
A little better look in the air, passing for 106 yards, Air Force with 139. But not a normal line on the ground as the Beavers' run game was held to 69 yards while Air Force punched in 270.
Ben Gulbranson was named the starter on Monday and then reportedly didn't travel with the team due to an undisclosed injury. So both Jabari and Giovanni getting some time in the pocket. Johnson passing 9 of 19 for 106 yards with 1 interception.
Next up for the Beavs, basically the Pac-12 championship this season. The last 2 Pac-12 schools left after conference realignment will hit the field for Week 12.
Last season, the Beavers fell to the Cougs 35-28. Both teams looking very different this season, obviously both without their former starting quarterbacks.
Kickoff set for 4 p.m. on the CW. And coming up on Game Night, high school playoffs still rolling through the weekend.
Highlights from 2A and 1A play are next. You're watching College Game Night.